there everyone, in this video we're going to be talking about JPVille, my model train layout. It's been quite a while since I made a video on it, and a lot of you have been asking for some updates to see what has changed on it since I made my last video. So in this video, I'm going to go over the entire layout, show you what updates and changes have been made. We're then going to run some trains, and lastly I'll share what plans I have for the future for JPVille. So if you're ready, come along with me because it's train time. So before we get started, I'd like to give you a brief overview to show you what we're looking at in case it's your first time here and to give you a better understanding as to how this came about. So this train layout started last year. I believe it was around December time of 2020. January 2021 is when construction started. And then I got it to a running platform before January was over with the help of some friends. And then over the year of 2021, added an addition over here, which is where this loop is. And since then, towards the fall time, I did do some updates myself. So what I have on here is a total of 5 trains. There's 3 different O scale. So there's an outer loop here, an inner loop, and the upper oval right there, which are all O scale. On the inside here, we do have HO running right here. And on the far inside is N scale. So there's 3 different scales, a total of 5 trains. Now, before I get into that, I do want to show you my, I guess you could call it a train wall here. This is a collection of things that I either purchased myself or were given to me, and I felt would make a great little backdrop or just a display area for the stuff. So I have a picture of the Moffat Coal Company, which was from Jill's grandfather. That is when he used to work for them. I do have called the Iron Horse, this kind of a 2D steam train photo or a picture, which I found at the flea market for $5 a few years ago. I do have the illuminated Service Station 66, which was given to me. Of course, you got to have a train calendar. And I do have a cross here, but it's not a religious cross. You can tell it is more of a Halloween type cross with Camp Crystal Lake up there and the UGM sticker for the underground miners. I have a postcard from Knoebels from when I bought trains from them. Friday the 13th, a little collector set with a ring, pin, badges. One of the items I bought from Knoebels. Leg lamp card, which I love. Got some cards up here for the friends, Nick of Nick's Crossing and Bernie's Model Railroad. More Knoebels. Did go to Vegas twice in 2021, so I had to pick up some items from there. Steam train ornament, steam train crossing sign, which I believe was given to me as well. I do have a Canadian $20 bill, which was given to me. I forget from who though. Moving down, I do have Knoebels ornament of a horse there. And the bumper cars, Honda Mansion, Pioneer Train. A picture from Knoebels with myself, RJ, and Laura on the giant flume. Knoebels keychain. And I do have 2 signs here which do illuminate. I'll turn them on for you briefly here. These were given to me as well. There's that one and this one here. Got the conductor on the caboose. This right here is a giant train ticket, which was given to me, I believe, by Jake and Becky. I believe the 2 pictures here and the sign were from Lisa Anderson. I do have a Horseshoe Curve gift bag from when I was there and purchased some items. Workman's Friend Ford. Everyone knows I love Ford trucks. And I do have a little miniature display case here for some additional train cars. I do have these locomotive tender, and these 3 cars are given to me from Nick's Crossing. He was very generous to do that. I do have, let's get down here. I do have a HO Pennsylvania 060 little locomotive, which actually does puff out steam. Have some Penn Central N scale, which I bought at a train show. And then down here I do have a gondola car, which I use for getting my on-track footage. A lantern, railroad hats, another lamp from an actual coal miner, old pickup truck, and then a Davy lamp and some other miscellaneous stuff, cars, tracks, additional houses, stuff like that. So this is my little backdrop train wall here. I do have some LED lighting behind there too, just to give it a little bit of a glow. But I like it. You know, it's nothing over the top, but it's at least somewhere to display some of the things I have garnered over the past year or so. All right, so back to the layout. So I'm going to go over it. I'm going to show you what I can as far as what I remember being new. There's a lot of things that are kind of Easter egg items that are kind of just hidden in here because that's just how I like it. I like to have a kind of, you don't know what you're going to see unless you really take your time to look. Also too, this is not prototypical. This is not to scale. There's no rhyme or reason to this display. It's just what I like. So buildings, cars, people, everything is not going to match as it should according to the size of the scale train. But I'm not going for realism. I'm just going for kind of like a fantasy world. So starting off here in the front, I do have a general store. This was a flea market find over the summer. I believe I picked it up for about $5. It doesn't come with any lights, but it does have a hole in the bottom. So I did run a light into it so it does light up when I turn them on. Excuse me, over here I did create kind of a little rail fan area. I have cars parked here watching the trains go by. I may put like some type of little platform or even some people like just observing. But right now they're just sitting in their cars because it's cold out, so they're staying warm. Let's see, gotta fix that little tree there. The cats do have access to this, so every day I am kind of picking things up. Some things have got damaged, nothing severe, but like little people get knocked over, some things have broken off, I have to super glue. So it may not look perfect because cats do their own thing, but I do try to stay on top of it. Okay, so moving over here, there's a couple big changes. So right in the middle here is items I purchased from Knoebels. I think I purchased them opening weekend, if I'm not mistaken. I was there and went into the Christmas shop and they had Knoebels Grove train platform, which does light up at night. It looks really nice. And I do have a commemorative boxcar. It's a blue boxcar. It does have a picture of a horse from like the carousel, swings, and some other stuff. Cosmo's on there, and I believe it says for 90 years, if I'm not mistaken. Next to that is the leg lamp, Christmas Story boxcar, and Rocky Glen sign for the famous park that was here in Lackawanna County. Aside from that, excuse me, another big change is another flea market item. I purchased this right here. It's a winter carnival. I purchased this for $20 from the flea market over the summer. I saw it, I'm like, does it work? He's like, yeah. It's like, we just don't have, you know, use for it anymore. And it all connects together and it plugs in. The carousel spins, the Ferris wheel spins, ice skater moves around, and everything lights up like fiber optic colors. It looks really, really nice. It does say Winter Carnival on it right there. And I did put a little ice skating rink right there. Have a little kid watching the train. I have some lovebirds on the bench, kids playing on a Christmas tree. Gentleman taking photos right there of the train coming. He's a rail fan. Santa's sitting there waving to the train. So just some little stuff, you know, that I threw in. I do have some lighting, which you'll see. There's two little spotlights showing on both boxcars. I was able to get that at Walmart. Moving over, this is my newest addition here. I built this little extension here. I believe it was probably around September. I'd say September, maybe early October at the latest. So it did end right here. I put on this extension, and the reason why is because I had more stuff to add. I do have a house here, which I believe is a flea market find. I did get some figures here from Walmart for Christmas time. I got the Santa and the Snowman, Merry Christmas sign, the carolers right here, and a couple other things here. So I do have this Bedford water tower, which does flash, it blinks. I got that, I think, for $2. And I got the freight station here, like a little depot with some little figures on it. I did put some vehicles there. It does light up. And I got both of them for $10. I think that was $8, that was $2. I got them both for $10. This car here, which kind of reminds me of the Griswold wagon with the tree on it, it does light up. It's battery powered. You can see they're stuck, so they're pushing to try to get it out. I do have a car wash here, which was, I believe, from Walmart as well. Lights up. It's got the car coming out of the bay. It's got some snow cover detail on it. Little house here. I did also buy this brick road from Walmart as well. It came in a roll, so I used some of it for sidewalks, some of it for roads. And my favorite piece right here, which I bought from Bernie's Model Railroad Shop, Train Shop, is this little caboose motel. So it's a caboose which is no longer on the wheels, it's sitting on blocks. There's like a hobo there, another hobo there, a gentleman there laying down taking a nap on the bench, and a gentleman with some hot dogs over the campfire. The great thing about this, it actually lights up, and the only problem is that the fire here is supposed to light up. There's actually an LED under there, but I had to get that fixed because it's supposed to like flicker like a realistic fire. But other than that, I got this for a great price, and it looks really cool, and it's kind of my own little caboose motel area. Moving over, another addition I did was my little control station here. So originally I did have most of my controls mounted on the side here. I have garnered some more controls because of more equipment, more lighting. I do have a railroad sign here which flashes at night or when it's turned on. One of these controllers is just for accessories. Another's for track power for the outer loop, depending if I run this or the steamer. This runs the N scale, this runs the HO scale. This runs the circus train, and these control the Alaska and the Conrail. So I have my whole little control station here. I have my lights for the lights around the little train shelf, and this controls the volume for the fun house here, which is Carnival Corner. The only thing that really happened negatively since my last video, I believe, is this ride here, the Turbine. Something happened with the gearing. I had myself and RJ check it out, and one of the gears was stripped and it would no longer spin. So we just took the gear out of it so the motor wouldn't like burn up, and it just lights up, plays music now. Eventually I will replace it with something else, but it still is a neat piece. Plays music, lights up, and it just looks like it's a ride waiting to start up with everyone getting on board. Okay, so moving inward here, we're behind now Winter Carnival. I do have, easier if I sit down, I do have a little switcher engine here, which is Baltimore and Ohio, sitting there as a permanent display for the little village. Some kids watching the trains there. As we move over, a little hot dog stand for only 10 cents. That's a pretty good price. It's probably making a killing. Got a little Christmas tree farm here. And in front of the fun house, I do have, which are kind of die cast. These are metal little train cars. They do have wheels, but they're not for tracks. They're just for rolling around. I put it here like it'd be like a little miniature train ride at an amusement park. Moving over here, I do have a piece which also came from Bernie's Train Shop, this little junkyard scene. It's like a broken down, decayed truck. Got some crushed cars around it. I have a bus that's jacked up with the wheel missing. That came from Matt PG. I have another pickup truck, I think it's a Dodge Ram. All the wheels are stripped, so that's in the boneyard. So a little junkyard scene there. Behind the bus, we do have Ecto 1 and Ralphie, and of course one of two Twinkie trees, actually three. I have three of them here. Got another little caboose display here, a little town village here, some tractors, some people, Conrail, Penn Central, Pennsylvania Railroad cabooses, and the Pennsylvania gondola car there. Do have my sled, Jason, and Station Square trolley, which is a little snack shop or museum, whatever you want to imagine it to be. Light tower here, which has been here. Let me move over. I do have second Twinkie tree next to the outhouse, which you'll see what's in there when you ride aboard the train. We got the recently deceased book there with Beetlejuice, and the Erie Lackawanna boxcar here on display. And another new item is the Santa water tower, which looks like a snowman there. That lights up. It's battery powered from Walmart. And I think that's it for this side. I now need to jump on the other side, and I'll show you what's over there. Okay, right now we have another boxcar. This is the El Capitan on display there. Little kind of town city area with, what is this? This is the ice cream parlor, pawn shop, little boutique store, the church there. Again, some little Easter eggs, which you may or may not see. Coming around here, I do have Weird Nuts, which is a battery-powered light-up item from Walmart. Looks really neat at night, where they're getting some warm toasted nuts. As we move around, as I did mention, I did visit Vegas, so I have some Vegas items here. A little display area showing some of the iconic hotels. Texas snow globe from when I was at Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas on my way to Vegas. Slot machine with some poker chips there. And moving in, you may see that black box and some wires. I do have some more display items, more display lights showing on a Conrail locomotive and caboose, which is static display for the locals, and a Penn Central F unit and coach car also on display. So I do have 2 spotlights showing on those at night when it's dark. There's a little tiny general store here too, more appropriate for N scale, but the people obviously are almost as big as the building, which is okay. Ice cream truck here, little winter scene. There's a gazebo. There's some carolers, which are tipping over. There they go. And there's a little snowball fight going on, some sledding. So it's a nice little fun area. And one of the Lionel houses, plug and play, lights up with the Christmas lights around it. Another Twinkie tree. In the corner here is the little Lighthouse Inn. It's like a bed and breakfast. We got some people staying there. A little alien back there for advertising. Some items there I have garnered from people and myself from Knoebels. Knoebels pins that Lily got me. Ford badge from RJ. A big chunk of coal, because it is coal country. And there's Jason's railroad truck. I believe Alan gave me that. They've got an F unit here. Santa Fe sitting on the display, as well as a little automotive shop right there. I do have Christmas lights under it, so it does light up dimly, but it does light up. Pretty detailed though. Looking on the inside, there's another, I think it's an Erie Lackawanna diesel unit, also on static display. And I think that is about it. Oh, excuse me, also Baby Ruth boxcar right there, which is also from RJ. Sitting there on display. So there's a lot of display pieces, which is what I would like to see in a town that I visit as well. And another item too, the Twinkie advertisement design. Freshness, hostess, they go together. And I believe that's from RJ as well. So that is primarily the display here. I covered most of it. A lot of it has been already seen in other videos, so I'm not going to go over each and every piece. But what I had, kind of added to it. It looks a lot fuller now. It was kind of bare in some areas, so I added a lot of little things here and there. And although it's nothing significant, it just makes it come more complete. Makes it more fun to look at when you're here as a guest, or if you're like watching the videos to see, oh, I didn't see that was there hiding around the corner, stuff like that. So as a whole, I'm really happy with it. And it's not done yet. Like I said, I'm going to share plans at the end of the video, what I do have in store for this layout. But aside from all the fillers, like I said, this was an extension here and the little platform there for the engineer, which is me. So I guess the only thing left to do is to run some trains. So let's go have some fun. All right, so comment down below. Tell me, which view did you like best? Did you like the facing the locomotive view, so you can see the headlights facing towards you? Or did you like sitting right in the very front, like you're leading the train? Comment down below. Let me know what was your favorite. So over here is my little workstation. I do have a couple pieces here, which I'll cover in just a moment. I do have some tools and supplies I do use for changing couplers, cleaning the wheels, oiling the moving parts. I have some dowels which are going to be used for a future project, which I'm going to discuss in just a little bit. But this is my little workstation here where I do anything I need to do to keep the equipment running smoothly, or just, like I said, coupler changes, stuff like that. Over here, though, I do have, this is another Conrail 7940 locomotive. This is something I'm going to be working on to kind of get cleaned up, ready to roll if I want to switch it out with another piece of equipment. And I have some cool pieces of equipment here. I have a Pennsylvania Railroad speeder, which was given to me from my friend Dan. It's a neat little piece. It's an enclosed speeder. It's got the red light on top, the PRR Keystone logo on it, and very similar to ones I've ridden on when I did my speeder adventure that one time. Next to that is a little Santa / elf pump car. It's almost like a military green color. It's a pump handle, so when they go around, they pump back and forth as if they're pushing it by themselves. I do have an Alaska, it looks like almost like a Volkswagen, I believe it is Volkswagen pickup truck, high railer. This is a really neat piece. This is like a royal blue color. Alaska obviously goes with my Alaska train right there, so it's a perfect touch for that. It's like in pristine condition. Both of these, though, were given to me from Matt PG. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, these were his father's. He said his father had an O-scale layout and some equipment, and he was gracious enough to gift these to me, which I am just very thankful for. And the last piece here, which you've seen before, if you watched my videos on the train layout, is my little high railer. It's Lionel brand, but reminds me of Conrail. It's like a maintenance service truck. It's got the real tires on it, but underside is the powered wheels, and it's pretty zippy. I put it around the outside track before, and it flies pretty fast. Now, if you'd like to see these in action, I will do that for you, but it's going to be in a separate video. So in a separate video, I'm going to clear off the trains here. I'll take off the Alaska, take off the Conrail, and we'll run these around and have some fun with the high railers. So after having some train fun, train time, you got to learn what updates and changes have been made. So now it's time to discuss what I plan on doing in the future with this layout. So my immediate plans right now, I have one definite and a second that's maybe. What my plans are is to incorporate another loop right here. It's going to be a really tall, just a circle of O-scale, the vast track just like that. And it's basically going to go right in this area here. So it's going to be higher than that. It's going to go like around here, but it's just going to be a circle, and that's going to be for the high railers and the speeder that I showed you. So that is going to be the plans. Definitely going to happen. I have to get some more track. I have to get some dowels, and I'm going to make a loop here just to run the speeders or high railers on. I do have extra controllers, extra transformers, so that's not going to be an issue. I just need to kind of get the rest of the track. I have some plywood already. I just need to construct it. It shouldn't be too hard. Just have to kind of cut it out, screw it in, and I'll have another circle right here. So I will have 1, 2, 3, I'll have four O-scale operating here. And the second plan, which I'm up in the air about, but I still may do it, is I'd like to have another HO track. And what my plans were initially was to put another loop elevated directly above this one. So it'd be 2 loops, same size, same diameter, just running like 2 levels. Now, I may do that, but I'm also thinking it may not be a good idea, because if by chance, say, this train was to get derailed or something was to happen, I'm going to have a really hard time getting to it in different areas. Right now, I could reach to halfway of the track, and from either side, I could reach and get what I need to do. So that's not an issue. But if I have it covered, that would be more challenging. Also, with another train on top of it, another set of tracks, you wouldn't be able to see this one unless you're looking from the side. So I may come up with something, maybe do it a little bit higher so I'm not so close with clearance. Again, it would be with dowels. I have skinny ones, and I could put them where I want and make a little elevated trestle, elevated loop here. If I don't do that, I may kind of maybe go in a different direction so it's not directly over it. I don't know for certain. That's an idea that's going to be tossed around, and I'll come up with something eventually, or maybe nothing at all. Maybe I'll leave it the way it is. I just want to give one final thanks to everyone who helped make JPVille possible, to those who helped build the layout with me, and to those of you who sent items in to use on my train layout. Your generosity, support, and help is greatly appreciated, so thank you from me to you. With that being said, if you enjoyed today's video and update on JPVille, giving it a thumbs up would be greatly appreciated as well. If you want to see more model train related videos, down below in the playlist you'll be able to see public and private model train layout displays. If you want to see maybe another train related video of a real train, well, somewhere on the screen here, click on that. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you real soon in the next video.